Bali's magic. Beaches, temples, rice fields blend. Take viewers through Uluwatu, Tanah Lot, Ubud, and Mount Batur sunrise. Imagine stepping into a world where spirituality dances with nature, where emerald green rice terraces cascade like stairways to heaven, and where the golden sun dips into the ocean in a blaze of fiery colors. This is Bali, the island that has been called the Island of the Gods. From its mystical temples perched on cliff tops to its tranquil beaches and volcanic mountains, Bali is more than just a destination. It's an experience that captures the soul. But what makes this island so enchanting? Why does Bali remain the beating heart of Indonesia's tourism, drawing millions from around the globe year after year? Stay with me, because what we're about to explore will show you why Bali is far more than paradise. It's a journey through culture, tradition, and breathtaking natural beauty. Bali greets you first with its spiritual essence. As you wander through the villages, you'll notice offerings small woven baskets filled with flowers, rice, and incense placed outside homes, shops, and temples. These daily rituals, known as Kanang Sari, are offerings to the gods, a practice that blends Hindu spirituality with Balinese culture. And then, there are the temples themselves, thousands of them scattered across the island. Perhaps the most iconic is Tanah Lot, perched dramatically on a rocky outcrop surrounded by crashing waves. When the tide rises and the sun begins to set, the temple glows with a golden light, making it feel as though it belongs to another world. But Bali isn't just about temples, it's also about nature in its most artistic form. In Ubud, the cultural heart of the island, you'll find sweeping rice terraces carved into the hillsides, the most famous being Tegalalang. Walking along these terraces is like stepping into a living painting, where farmers in traditional hats tend to their fields as they've done for centuries. Ubud is also the place where art and tradition thrive. Dance performances, like the mesmerizing Kekak fire dance, tell stories from the Hindu epic Ramayana, while local markets overflow with wood carvings, paintings, and hand-woven fabrics. Here, Bali's soul reveals itself, not just through its landscapes, but through its people's artistry and devotion. For those seeking adventure, Bali does not disappoint. Imagine waking up in the dark hours of the morning, hiking up the slopes of Mount Batur, and reaching the summit just in time to witness the sun rise over the island. The horizon shifts from deep purple to blazing orange, illuminating the volcanic peaks and the calm waters of Lake Batur below. It's one of those moments that remain etched in memory forever. And then, when the day heats up, the beaches call. In the south, places like Kuta and Seminyak buzz with surfers riding the waves and beach clubs pulsing with energy. But if you travel further, you'll find hidden coves and quieter sands, places like Padang Padang and Bingan Beach, where the ocean feels like your own private escape. One of Bali's most dramatic sights lies on the cliffs of Uluwatu. The Uluwatu Temple, perched 70 meters above the sea, is one of the island's most sacred places. As the waves crash below, the temple seems to hover between earth and sky. At sunset, visitors gather here not only for the breathtaking view but also for the Kekak fire dance performance, where dozens of men chant rhythmically as dancers act out ancient legends against the backdrop of the burning horizon. It's not just a show, it's a glimpse into the island's living traditions, where myth and reality intertwine. Bali's diversity continues in its central highlands, where waterfalls plunge into jungle pools and monkeys swing through the trees. Tiganungan Waterfall, with its powerful rush, invites travelers to cool off, while Sakumpal Waterfall, tucked deep within the jungle, offers a more remote and mystical adventure. These natural wonders are reminders that while Bali is often celebrated for its beaches and nightlife, its heart beats strongest in the rhythm of its landscapes. And of course, no journey through Bali would be complete without indulging in its flavors. Balinese cuisine is a rich tapestry of spices and tradition. Try babi guling, suckling pig roasted to perfection, or bebek batutu, duck slow-cooked in fragrant herbs. Even the simple street food, like satay skewers sizzling over charcoal or bowls of nasi goreng fried rice, carries the taste of the island's vibrant spirit. Pair this with the warmth of the Balinese people, always ready with a smile and a story, and you'll understand why so many travelers leave Bali with not just photos but lifelong memories. What makes Bali extraordinary is how it blends opposites, seamlessly chaotic yet peaceful, modern yet deeply traditional, bustling yet serene. It's a place where you can surf in the morning, meditate in a temple by afternoon, and dance under the stars at night. Every corner holds a story. Every sunrise feels like a new beginning, and every encounter leaves a mark on the soul. As the day closes and the sky paints itself with pinks and golds, Bali whispers its eternal promise. Here, life is not just lived, it's celebrated. From the call of the gamelan music echoing through the night to the glow of lanterns lighting up village paths, Bali reminds us that magic still exists in the world, and sometimes it can be found on a single. Begin with Borobudur at sunrise, an unforgettable wonder. Move through Yogyakarta's cultural heritage, the ancient temples of Prambanan, and the volcanic landscapes of Mount Bromo. Show Java's mix of tradition, modernity, and raw natural power. What if I told you there is an island where history, myth, and raw power collide, a place where one of the world's most active volcanoes towers above ancient temples, and where colossal monuments from 1,000 years ago still whisper the stories of kings and gods? This is Java, the beating heart of Indonesia, and perhaps one of the most fascinating islands on Earth. While Bali enchants with its spirituality and beaches, Java captivates with its grandeur, its contrasts, and its unshakable presence at the center of Indonesia's history and culture. Stay with me, because what we're about to explore will take you deep into a world of wonders unlike anywhere else. Java is home to some of Indonesia's most extraordinary treasures, beginning with Borobudur, the largest Buddhist temple in the world. Imagine standing before a mountain of stone rising out of the jungle, built in the 9th century. Its tiers stacked with thousands of carved reliefs and 504 serene Buddha statues. As the morning mist lifts and the first rays of sunlight strike the temple's upper stupa, Borobudur seems to float in a dreamlike haze. Pilgrims walk clockwise around the terraces, tracing stories of enlightenment carved into the walls, while the quiet hum of prayers fills the air. It's more than a monument, it's a spiritual journey frozen in stone, a bridge between humanity and the divine. Not far from Borobudur lies another marvel, Prambanan, the largest Hindu temple complex in Indonesia. With its towering spires reaching toward the sky, Prambanan feels like a city of gods turned to stone. Built in the same era as Borobudur, its walls tell the epic tale of the Ramayana, etched in incredible detail. As the sun sets, the temple glows against the fiery sky, and on certain nights, dancers perform the Ramayana ballet against this ancient backdrop. Fire, music, and movement bring the myth to life, making you feel as if the gods themselves have descended to dance among mortals. But Java is not only about ancient temples, it's also about the raw power of the earth itself. Towering above the island is Mount Merapi, one of the most active volcanoes in the world. Its very name means mountain of fire. Villages sit on its slopes, living in both fear and reverence of the volcano that has shaped their lives for generations. Watching Merapi smoke against the horizon reminds you that nature here is not something to tame, it is something to respect. And Merapi is only one of many. Java's volcanic chain includes Mount Bromo, perhaps the most iconic of them all. Picture this. You wake before dawn, travel by jeep across a sea of volcanic sand, and climb to a viewpoint just as the horizon begins to glow. The moment the sun rises, it reveals Mount Bromo standing majestically with plumes of smoke curling from its crater, framed by a panorama of mountains bathed in golden light. It feels otherworldly, like standing on the surface of another planet. Yogyakarta, the cultural capital of Java, offers yet another dimension of the island's magic. This is where tradition and creativity flourish side by side. In the bustling markets, artisans craft batik, intricate patterns painted or stamped onto cloth, each design telling a story of heritage and identity. The Sultan's Palace, or Kraton, stands at the city's heart, where royal traditions are preserved with pride. And as you walk the streets, you'll hear the sounds of gamelan music drifting through the air, its metallic tones weaving an atmosphere that feels both ancient and timeless. Yogyakarta is not just a city, it's a living museum of Javanese culture. And yet, Java also pulses with modern life. Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia, sits on the island's western edge, a sprawling metropolis of skyscrapers, bustling streets, and endless energy. It's a city of contrasts. Luxury malls rise next to chaotic street markets, ancient mosques stand in the shadows of glass towers, and food stalls line every corner offering dishes that explode with flavor. Try soto betawi, a rich, coconut-based soup, or nasi uduk, fragrant rice cooked in coconut milk, and you'll taste the diversity of the capital in every bite. Nature lovers will also find their paradise here. Deep in the jungles of West Java lies the Green Canyon, where turquoise waters cut through cliffs draped in vines, leading to hidden caves and waterfalls. The island's southern coast hides beaches as wild and untamed as they are beautiful, like Pangandaran, where waves crash endlessly against black volcanic sand. And in the lush forests of East Java, you'll find the mesmerizing Ijen crater, a surreal volcanic lake glowing in eerie turquoise. But what makes Ijen truly unforgettable is its blue fire sulfuric flames that burn bright in the darkness of night. A phenomenon so rare, it exists in only a handful of places on Earth. Standing on the rim of the crater, watching this otherworldly glow, you realize Java is a land where the extraordinary is simply part of daily life. What makes Java remarkable is its contrasts. It is at once ancient and modern, sacred and volatile, serene and untamed. Here, you can wander through thousand-year-old temples in the morning, hike an active volcano in the afternoon, and end the day watching a bustling city come alive with lights. Every step reveals another layer, another story, another perspective of Indonesia's identity. As the sun sets over Java's volcanic peaks, painting the sky with hues of fire and smoke, you understand why this island holds such a central place in Indonesia's heart. It is here that history was carved in stone, that cultures intertwined, and that the earth itself continues to shape life with its power. Java is not just an island, it is Indonesia's soul. Alive, fiery, and unforgettable. Introduce the wild side of Indonesia, lush rainforests, orangutans of Bukit Lawang, and the majestic Lake Toba. Dive into untamed volcanoes, waterfalls, and tribal traditions that make Sumatra a world of its own. What if I told you there is an island where untamed jungles, smoking volcanoes, and mysterious traditions collide? A land so wild and raw that it feels untouched by time, yet so vast that every corner tells a different story. This is Sumatra, one of the largest islands in the world, and perhaps the most ruggedly beautiful of Indonesia's treasures. For travelers seeking adventure, authenticity, and nature in its purest form, Sumatra is nothing short of extraordinary. Stay with me, because what we're about to uncover here will transport you into a realm where the earth still feels primal, and where humanity lives in harmony with one of the richest ecosystems on the planet. Sumatra's landscapes are immense and untamed, dominated by towering volcanoes, endless rainforests, and winding rivers that seem to disappear into the horizon. The island is a biodiversity hotspot, home to creatures found nowhere else on Earth. Imagine trekking deep into the jungles of Gunung Leuser National Park, one of the last sanctuaries of the critically endangered Sumatran orangutan. High in the canopy, you catch a glimpse of fiery orange fur moving gracefully between the trees. To see an orangutan in the wild is to witness something almost sacred, an ancient relative, a reminder of our connection to nature, living free in its true home. Alongside them roam elephants, tigers, rhinos, and hornbills, making this rainforest one of the most vital ecosystems left on Earth. But Sumatra is not only about wildlife, it's also about landscapes, so surreal they seem sculpted by the gods. At the heart of the island lies Lake Toba, the largest volcanic lake in the world, formed by one of the most powerful eruptions in history over 70 years ago. The lake stretches nearly 100 kilometers long, framed by dramatic cliffs and emerald hills. Rising from its center is Samosir Island, itself almost the size of Singapore, where traditional Batak culture thrives. Wooden houses with steep, pointed roofs dot the landscape, and locals welcome visitors with warmth and music. To sit on the shores of Lake Toba, watching the water shimmer under the setting sun, is to feel the heartbeat of Sumatra itself, quiet, powerful, and eternal. Adventure here takes many forms. Hike to the top of Mount Sibayak near Berastagi, where a short trek rewards you with panoramic views and steaming fumaroles that hiss from the earth. Or for those seeking even greater challenges, climb Mount Kerinci, the highest volcano in Indonesia. Standing at over 800 meters, Kerinci rises above a sea of clouds, its slopes blanketed in thick jungle alive with the calls of exotic birds. Reaching the summit as dawn breaks, you see the island stretching endlessly in every direction, a reminder of Sumatra's vastness and wildness. Water, too, shapes Sumatra's identity. The island is carved with mighty rivers, cascading waterfalls, and untamed rapids. Sipiso Piso Waterfall, near Lake Toba, plunges dramatically over 100 meters into a gorge, creating a mist that dances in the sunlight. Meanwhile, the Bohorak River in Bukit Lawang offers thrilling whitewater rafting adventures through the rainforest, where the jungle seems to close in around you, and every bend in the river reveals a new burst of beauty. Yet Sumatra is not just about nature, it is also about culture, diversity, and traditions passed down for centuries. In the highlands of West Sumatra, the Minangkabau people maintain one of the world's most fascinating matrilineal societies, where property and family names are inherited through women. Their homes, called Rumah Gadang, stand tall with sweeping buffalo horn-shaped roofs, a symbol of strength and heritage. Visitors are often welcome to taste rendang, a slow-cooked beef dish rich in spices and flavor, named one of the world's most delicious foods. Each bite tells a story of culture, resilience, and pride. In Aceh, at the northern tip of the island, Islamic traditions are deeply rooted, shaping both daily life and architecture. The Baitur Rahman Grand Mosque, with its striking black domes and graceful white walls, stands as both a symbol of faith and resilience. It survived the devastating 2004 tsunami that reshaped the entire region. Visiting Aceh is not only about beauty, it's about witnessing a community that has endured unimaginable tragedy and rebuilt with unbreakable spirit. For those seeking hidden gems, Sumatra never disappoints. The Mentawai Islands, off the western coast, are a paradise for surfers, offering some of the best waves in the world. But beyond the surf, the islands are home to the indigenous Mentawai people, who live in harmony with the forest, practicing ancient rituals and wearing traditional tattoos that tell stories of their connection to nature. To visit the Mentawai is to step into a world untouched by modernity, where traditions still thrive in their purest form. Sumatra's charm lies in its rawness, its unpredictability, and its ability to surprise. It is not polished or tamed, it is wild and authentic, a land that demands respect and rewards those who seek it with unforgettable experiences. From the thunder of waterfalls to the silence of volcanic peaks, from the cries of orangutans in the treetops to the rhythm of drums in a Batak village, every moment here feels alive, unfiltered, and true. As the sun sets over Lake Toba, casting golden light across the water and silhouetting the mountains beyond, you realize that Sumatra is not just a place, it's an adventure of the soul. It is a reminder of the power of nature, the resilience of culture, and the beauty of living in harmony with both. Sumatra is a world apart, yet it belongs to all of us, a wonder of Indonesia that will stay with you long after you've left its shores. Grab attention with the Komodo dragon, Earth's last living dinosaur. Blend in the pink beaches, turquoise waters, and legendary diving spots like Raja Ampat. Showcase adventure, danger, and paradise in one. What if I told you there's a place where paradise isn't just a dream, but a living, breathing reality? a land where emerald rice terraces stretch like waves across the hills, where ancient temples rise from misty jungles, and where sunsets turn the sky into molten gold. This is Bali, Indonesia's crown jewel, a destination that has captured the imagination of travelers from every corner of the globe. But beyond its fame lies a deeper magic, a spiritual heartbeat that makes Bali not just a place you visit, but a world you feel. Stay with me, because what we're about to uncover will change the way you see this island forever. Bali is often called the Island of the Gods, and the moment you arrive, you understand why. The island is infused with a sense of spirituality that seems to flow from the land itself. Daily offerings of flowers, rice, and incense line the streets, placed carefully in woven palm leaf baskets. These small acts of devotion create an atmosphere that feels timeless, reminding you that here, life and the divine are inseparable. Every temple, every ceremony, every ritual reflects a deep reverence for harmony between people, nature, and the unseen. The landscapes of Bali are as diverse as they are breathtaking. Imagine standing at Tagalalang, where rice terraces cascade down the hillsides in perfect symmetry, their emerald hues glowing under the tropical sun. Farmers still work these terraces with techniques passed down for centuries, using an ancient irrigation system called subak, which is not only about farming but also about community and spiritual balance. To walk through these terraces is to step into a living masterpiece of culture and nature intertwined. Then there are the volcanoes, majestic, powerful, and awe-inspiring. Mount Agung, Bali's highest peak, is considered sacred by the Balinese and dominates the island's skyline. Trekkers often begin their journey before dawn, hiking through the darkness until they reach the summit just in time for sunrise. As the first rays of light pierce the horizon, the island awakens below, and the ocean stretches endlessly into the distance. In that moment, you feel the soul of Bali, wild, eternal, and divine. Bali is also a land of water, of beaches, waterfalls, and sacred springs. In Ubud's jungle, Teganungan waterfall crashes into a lush gorge, its mist creating rainbows in the sunlight. North of the island, Gitgit waterfall flows gracefully through the rainforest, surrounded by tropical greenery and birdsong. And in Tirta Empu, a holy water temple, visitors and locals alike immerse themselves in sacred pools, participating in purification rituals that have been practiced for over 1,000 years. The sound of flowing water here is not just soothing, it is spiritual, a cleansing for both body and soul. But perhaps what makes Bali so enchanting is its culture, alive with color, movement, and music. The island is famous for its traditional dances, each one telling stories from ancient Hindu epics. The Barong dance, with its elaborate costumes and mythical lion figure, represents the eternal struggle between good and evil. The Kekek dance, performed at sunset on the cliffs of Uluwatu, features dozens of men chanting in unison as dancers move in mesmerizing patterns. As the ocean roars below and the sky burns with color, you realize this is more than performance. It's a living tradition, carried forward by generations. Ubud, often called the cultural heart of Bali, is where creativity thrives. Artists, dancers, and musicians fill its streets, while markets overflow with handcrafted jewelry, wood carvings, and vibrant textiles. The sacred monkey forest adds an air of mystery, where moss-covered statues guard ancient temples and playful monkeys leap through the trees. Ubud is not just a destination, it's an immersion into the soul of Bali, where art, spirituality, and nature coexist in perfect harmony. And then there are Bali's beaches, each with its own unique character. In the south, Kuta buzzes with energy, surfers riding waves by day and neon lights illuminating the night. Seminyak offers sophistication, with chic beach clubs, fine dining, and luxury resorts. For tranquility, head to Sanur or Nusa Dua, where golden sands meet calm waters. And for those seeking untouched beauty, Aimed and Lovina on the north coast provide quiet escapes, black volcanic sands, and opportunities to dive among vibrant coral reefs teeming with marine life. No journey through Bali would be complete without exploring its temples, mystical, iconic, and deeply spiritual. Tanah Lot, perched on a rock formation surrounded by the sea, is one of the island's most photographed sights. At sunset, as the waves crash below and the temple silhouette darkens against the glowing sky, it feels almost otherworldly. Besaki, known as the Mother Temple, is Bali's largest and holiest, sprawling across the slopes of Mount Agung. Meanwhile, Uluwatu Temple clings dramatically to a cliff edge, where the horizon stretches endlessly, reminding you of Bali's eternal connection to both land and sea. And of course, Bali is also a journey of the senses. Its cuisine is a reflection of its culture, rich, flavorful, and deeply rooted in tradition. From nasi goreng, fried rice, and satay lilit, spiced minced meat on skewers, to bebek betutu, slow-cooked duck infused with spices, every dish is a celebration of flavor. Street food stalls and local warangs welcome you with aromas that make your mouth water, while world-class restaurants blend tradition with modern creativity. Eating in Bali isn't just about food, it's about connection, culture, and community. What sets Bali apart is its ability to be many things at once. It is a place of adventure for those who crave surfing, diving, and trekking. It is a sanctuary for those seeking peace, healing, and spiritual growth. It is a celebration of culture, where ancient traditions live on in everyday life. And above all, it is a paradise, a place that feels both earthly and divine, grounded and magical. As the day ends and you watch the sun sink below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery hues of orange and purple, you understand why Bali has captured hearts for centuries. It is not simply about what you see here, it's about what you feel. Bali lingers within you, long after you've left, whispering reminders of beauty, balance, and harmony. Begin with the mystery of Borneo's dense jungles, orangutans, and clouded leopards. Transition to Sulawesi's unique culture, Toraja funerary traditions, and underwater wonders that rank among the world's best dive sites. Imagine a land where ancient temples rise from misty jungles, where towering volcanoes breathe fire into the sky, and where history whispers from every corner of bustling cities and quiet villages. This is Java, the beating heart of Indonesia, a place where tradition and modernity collide in a symphony of culture, faith, and natural wonder. If Bali is the soul of Indonesia, then Java is its pulse, alive with contrasts that will leave you breathless. Stay with me, because what unfolds here is a journey through the past, present, and future of a nation. Java is the most populous island on Earth, home to more than half of Indonesia's people. Yet it is not just about numbers, it is about diversity, culture, and stories. At one end of the island lies Jakarta, Indonesia's vibrant capital, a city that never sleeps. Here, gleaming skyscrapers rise alongside colonial architecture, while chaotic markets buzz with life. The streets pulse with the rhythm of motorbikes, vendors, and endless energy. Jakarta is a city of extremes where wealth and poverty, tradition and modernity coexist in a whirlwind that mirrors Indonesia itself. But to truly understand Java, you must step away from the capital and journey deeper. Central Java holds treasures that have stood for centuries, silent yet powerful, guarding the island's rich spiritual heritage. The most famous of these is Borobudur, the world's largest Buddhist temple. Built in the 9th century, this colossal structure is shaped like a mandala, symbolizing the path to enlightenment. As dawn breaks, mist rises over the surrounding jungle and mountains, and the stone stupas glow in the first light of morning. Standing there, you feel a connection to something eternal, a reminder that faith and art can outlast even the rise and fall of empires. Not far away lies Prambanan, a Hindu temple complex dedicated to the gods Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Its towering spires, reaching toward the heavens, seem to compete with the sky itself. Intricate carvings tell the ancient tales of the Ramayana, stories of love, sacrifice, and destiny. On certain nights, dancers perform these epics against the backdrop of the illuminated temples, their movements echoing centuries of tradition. To witness this is to step into a living storybook, where myth and reality merge under the starlit sky. Nature, too, is a storyteller in Java. The island is home to some of the world's most dramatic volcanoes, powerful, dangerous, yet breathtakingly beautiful. Mount Bromo in East Java is perhaps the most iconic. Imagine standing on the edge of its crater as the sun rises, painting the sea of sand in shades of gold and crimson. The smoke rises from the volcano's heart, a reminder of the raw, untamed power beneath your feet. Surrounding Bromo is the Tengger caldera, a lunar-like landscape that feels otherworldly. It's no wonder this place is considered sacred by the Tenggerese people, who climb its slopes to offer sacrifices to the gods. Further east lies Mount Ijen, a place unlike anywhere else on Earth. Here, miners descend into the crater at night to extract sulfur, their silhouettes lit by the eerie glow of electric blue flames caused by burning volcanic gases. As dawn breaks, the crater reveals a turquoise acidic lake, shimmering with surreal beauty. It is a scene of contrasts, beauty and danger, struggle and survival. For those who witness it, Ijen leaves an unforgettable mark on the soul. Java is not only about temples and volcanoes, it is also about its people, their traditions, and their way of life. In Yogyakarta, often called the cultural heart of Java, creativity thrives. This city is where batik, Indonesia's famous wax dye fabric, comes alive in countless patterns and colors. It is where shadow puppet theater, known as wayang kulit, tells timeless stories through flickering light and music. And it is where the Sultan's Palace, or Kraton, still stands as a living center of Javanese culture. Walking through Yogyakarta is like stepping into a tapestry woven from threads of history, art, and identity. Yet Java is also a land of harmony between tradition and progress. In the bustling markets, ancient recipes are prepared with love, from spicy gudeg, a slow-cooked jackfruit stew, unique to Yogyakarta, to street-side satay grills filling the air with the aroma of charcoal and spice. Food in Java is not just sustenance, it is heritage, a way of preserving culture and sharing it across generations. Traveling across Java, you realize it is an island of contrasts. Towering skyscrapers and quiet rice fields, ancient temples and modern universities, volcanoes that destroy and nourish the land at the same time. Java is not one story, it is many. It is a land where faiths intertwine, where traditions endure, and where resilience defines its people. As night falls and the call to prayer rises from countless mosques, blending with the hum of city streets and the whispers of ancient temples, you begin to understand the magic of Java. It is not just a place on a map, it is a journey through time, a reminder of how deeply connected humanity is to its land, its faith, and its history. And perhaps that is the true wonder of Java. It does not try to impress you with one single face. Instead, it reveals layer after layer, each more captivating than the last. By the time you leave, you carry with you not just memories, but a sense of belonging to a story much larger than yourself. End with the raw, untouched beauty of Papua's Raja Ampat, one of the world's richest marine ecosystems. Show the tribal cultures, soaring mountains, and endless biodiversity, leaving viewers with awe for Indonesia's unmatched diversity. Close your eyes and imagine an island where raw wilderness reigns supreme, where untamed jungles stretch endlessly, where rivers cut through dense rainforests, and where some of the rarest creatures on Earth still roam free. This is Sumatra, Indonesia's wild frontier, an island of breathtaking beauty and raw power. A place where nature writes the rules and humans are only guests. If Java is the pulse of Indonesia, Sumatra is its untamed soul, vast, mysterious, and unforgettable. Stay with me, because the wonders of this island will leave you speechless. Sumatra is one of the largest islands in the world, yet much of it remains a wilderness. Towering volcanoes, thick rainforests, sprawling lakes, and pristine beaches, it is a land of extremes, shaped by fire, water, and time. But beyond its landscapes, Sumatra is also home to incredible biodiversity. Orangutans, tigers, elephants, and even rare rhinos still cling to survival in its forests, making it one of the last strongholds of some of the planet's most endangered species. To step into Sumatra is to step into nature's last great refuge. One of the island's crown jewels is Lake Toba, the largest volcanic lake on Earth. Imagine a lake so vast it feels like an ocean, formed by a supervolcanic eruption some 74 years ago, an event that nearly changed the course of human history. Today, Lake Toba is a place of peace and beauty, with calm waters surrounded by lush green hills. In the center lies Samosir Island, a land steeped in Batak culture. Here, traditional Batak houses, with their distinctive pointed roofs, stand proudly, and visitors are welcomed with songs, dances, and stories passed down for generations. Sitting on the shores of Lake Toba, watching the sun set behind the mountains, you feel as though you are looking into the heart of Earth's memory. But Sumatra is not just about tranquil beauty, it is about raw, untamed power. Nowhere is this more evident than on Mount Sinabung, one of the island's active volcanoes. Villages lie in its shadow, and when it erupts, ash clouds rise into the sky, painting the horizon in shades of gray and fire. Life here is a delicate balance between destruction and renewal, a reminder of how closely Indonesians live with the forces of nature. Yet, despite the risks, people rebuild, because the soil enriched by volcanic ash provides life itself. Perhaps the most moving experience in Sumatra is meeting its wild inhabitants. Deep in the rainforests of Gunung Leuser National Park lives one of our closest relatives, the orangutan. Their gentle eyes, their deliberate movements, and their remarkable intelligence remind us just how connected we are to the natural world. Trekking through the dense jungle, the calls of gibbons echo above, and if you're lucky, you'll catch sight of an orangutan swinging gracefully from tree to tree. It is humbling, almost spiritual, to share space with these creatures, knowing they are fighting for survival in a rapidly changing world. And the wonders don't end there. Sumatra is also home to the elusive Sumatran tiger and the Sumatran rhinoceros, both critically endangered. Though rarely seen, their presence lingers in the forests like a hidden heartbeat. These animals are symbols of resilience, surviving against overwhelming odds, reminding us of the fragile balance between humans and nature. For those who seek adventure, Sumatra delivers in abundance. Bukit Lawang, a village on the edge of the rainforest, is a gateway to thrilling treks and wildlife encounters. Here, travelers set out on foot, crossing rivers, climbing hills, and venturing deep into the jungle. Each step is a test of endurance, but also a reward, because with every step you are immersed deeper into the rhythm of the wild. The island is also blessed with some of the most beautiful beaches in Indonesia, yet they remain far less crowded than those of Bali. On the western coast, the Mentawai Islands are a paradise for surfers, known worldwide for their perfect waves, crystal clear waters, vibrant coral reefs, and untouched stretches of sand make them a hidden gem for those seeking both adventure and serenity. But Sumatra's story is not only written in nature, it is also written in its people. The island is home to diverse cultures and traditions, each with its own identity. The Batak of North Sumatra, the Minangkabau of West Sumatra, the Acehnese of the north all carry unique traditions of art, dance, and cuisine. The Minangkabau, for example, are known for their matrilineal society, where women inherit family property and play central roles in community life. Their traditional houses, with sweeping horn-shaped roofs, reflect both their culture and their harmony with nature. And of course, there is the food, spicy, bold, and unforgettable. Sumatran cuisine is famous across Indonesia, with dishes like rendang, a slow-cooked beef stew rich with coconut milk and spices, named one of the most delicious foods in the world. In Aceh, you'll find hearty curries and fragrant coffee, while in Padang, entire meals are served in a spread of small plates, each one bursting with flavor. Eating in Sumatra is not just a meal, it's an experience, a celebration of taste and tradition. What makes Sumatra so powerful, so unforgettable, is the way it embodies both strength and fragility. Its volcanoes erupt with unstoppable force, yet its forests harbor creatures hanging by a thread. Its landscapes stretch endlessly, yet its cultures remain rooted in intimate traditions. Traveling through Sumatra, you cannot help but feel a deep respect for the land, for its people, and for the delicate balance of life that holds it all together. As you leave Sumatra, its images remain etched in your memory. The shimmering waters of Lake Toba, the fiery heart of Mount Sinabung, the gentle eyes of an orangutan, the taste of spicy rendang, and the endless green of its rainforests. It is an island of contrasts, of resilience, and of wonder, a reminder that true beauty often lies in the wild, untamed places where humanity meets nature. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed exploring Prague as much as I enjoyed guiding you through it. If you found this travel guide helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beautiful destinations from around the world. Got a favorite spot in Prague? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, safe travels and see you in the next video.